Studio audience, I welcome you to the third round of 16 contest. This one is between two great institutions, the University of Cape Coast and the Heritage Christian University College. Two institutions who have established themselves as contenders in this competition. The Heritage Christian University College and the University of Cape Coast will battle it out to decide on which of them will join the Central University and the Accra Technical University at the quarterfinal stage. The mentee is coming up against the mentor, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Tertiary Business Science Challenge brought to us by Graphic Business in partnership with the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana and the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. Our proud sponsors are MTN, PwC, Compu Ghana, Glyco Life, as well as the Ghana National Association of Teachers and Gwal Ghana. Our media partners are TV3 Daily Graphic and Graphic Online. The program is streaming live on Facebook. Now, Heritage Christian University College, located at Amasaman, they are here because they placed third at the Southeast Zone. Yes, they are representing the Southeast Zone at this stage. The school is affiliated to the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and the University of Cape Coast. The school they are coming up against this afternoon. That is why I indicated that is a contest between the mentor and the mentee. It promises to be interesting, yes. The records will be set straight. At a point in time, a mentee grows and is able to contend with the mentor. Will the mentor allow that to happen, or the mentor will assert its influence or authority over the mentee? We will see how that goes, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Tertiary Business Science Challenge. Now, for Heritage Christian University, they have what it takes to be here. This is their second appearance on this stage. Last year, they could not make it to the national, but like they did at the zonal level, they've shown that they are capable of doing harm to any school that they come up against. This means that the University of Cape Coast will need to be worried of what, or the threat that is posed by the Heritage Christian University College. Contestants from HCUC, please take your seats to my right. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Please introduce yourselves.
I am Roskal Labi, BBA Accounting, level 300.
I'm Emmanuel Mensah, BBA Accounting, level 400.
Kuma Mensan Hayford, BBA Marketing, level 400.
You're welcome once again.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants from Heritage Christian University College are being led by Madam Patience Moa, and they want to make it to the quarterfinal stage for the very first time. They are coming up against the University of Cape Coast. University of Cape Coast, 2 times national champion. Yes, it means they have what it takes to win this competition. They have done it twice, and they'll be hoping to do it again for the 3rd time. Indeed, they are the only school to have won the competition twice at this stage. At the zonal level, they did not meet the high standard that they have set for themselves. And they are therefore here to seek a revenge against any school that comes up against them. It means that Heritage Christian University College will have to put on their A game to contend with the University of Cape Coast. Contestants from the University of Cape Coast, please take your seats to my left. Gentlemen, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourselves.
Yeah, I could just listen, become accountant level 400.
Akwe Frank, I could become accountant level 400.
Lamte Ironi, become accountant level 400.
You are welcome once again. Ladies and gentlemen, the team from the University of Cape Coast is led by Dr. Sayram Kawo and Benis Nkumabuedi. They are seated. Both schools, and they look poised. One is a wounded lion seeking to devour any prey that falls. The other is on a mission. They want to create history by qualifying to the quarterfinal stage for the very first time. It promises to be interesting. It promises to be cagey. The prize at stake is a place at the quarterfinal stage. Which of these two schools is going to take the mantle up? Which of these two schools is going to qualify to join the Central University and the Accra Technical University? Ladies and gentlemen, your guess is as good as mine. My name is Al Hassan Yusuf Trauli, and of course, I love academic violence. Let the violence begin. The contest is going to be organized in 5 rounds. Round 1 is on theory, where we will test the understanding of basic principles and concepts in business. Round 2 will involve calculations where you are free to use your calculators. Round 3 is our business case of the day. Both of you will be presented with a common problem. You are supposed to work and come up with one solution, which we will compare with what we have. The 4th round is divided into 2 segments. We have the graphic business segment and the true or false segment. The 5th and final round will be the riddles. Please, are we ready? UCC, are you ready? Heritage, are you ready? What should we expect from you, Heritage Christian University College?
Yeah, the best. Of course, we are here to explore, but surely we want to also be victors.
Heritage Christian University College, the Explorers. What are we expecting from the University of Cape Coast?
Well, we're also expecting to do our best. We promise to treat them nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, the contest is poised. We begin with round 1. Now, round 1 is a theory round. In this round, we are going to ask each of you 6 major questions. For a major questions, you have 10 seconds within which to give an answer. For 3 points. For a bonus question, you have 5 seconds within which to give an answer for 1 point. 10 seconds for a major question, 5 seconds for a bonus. Please, are we ready? If we are ready, we begin from the Heritage Christian University College. Heritage, for 3 points. Now, when is an unqualified audit opinion issued? When is an unqualified audit opinion issued?
When the financial statement is free from error and has met all the standards needed.
That is correct. University of Cape Coast, when is a disclaimer of opinion issued? When is a disclaimer of opinion issued?
Okay, disclaimer of opinion is issued when the auditor is unable to find enough evidence to prove that the financial statement is free from material error, and it's issued when the whole process is material and also pervasive.
Yes, that is correct. Heritage. Let's do something on communication, non-verbal communication. What does tapping of fingers or feet suggest in non-verbal communication? What does the tapping of fingers or feet suggest in non-verbal communication?
Nervousness.
Yes, nervousness, impatience, agitation. That is correct. University of Cape Coast. What does mirroring or mimicking gestures indicate in nonverbal communication? What does mirroring or mimicking gestures indicate in nonverbal communication?
Okay, it means anxiety. The person is not sure of what he is doing, so he tries to copy what or mimic.
So it is where, what it is, you are anxious. So you try to practice, let's say rehearsing for a speech, you try and mimic yourself with a mirror, then try to practice yours maybe before a presentation.
No, I won't take that. Bonus for Heritage Christian University College.
Unpreparedness.
That is also not correct. Generally, when somebody is mimicking or mirroring gestures, it means they are expressing rapport, empathy, agreement with whatever is going on. I hope we get that. Your major question, Heritage. What is the difference between personal income and disposable income? What is the difference between personal income and disposable income?
So personal income is the income earned by an individual from activity that he or she engaged in at the end of the period. And then the disposable income is the final amount left for the person to take home.
Yes, I'll take that. University of Cape Coast, what is the difference between nominal GDP and real GDP? What is the difference between nominal GDP and real GDP?
Okay, with nominal GDP, it has not been adjusted for inflation, while real GDP has been adjusted for inflation.
What has not been adjusted for GDP?
Okay, so nominal GDP represents the total value of goods and services produced within a country. So if it is not adjusted for inflation, then it's normal. And then real, you see, you use factors like the GDP deflator and CPI to adjust for inflations for the value of the goods and services.
Yes. Next set of questions, we are beginning from the University of Cape Coast, but this is a common preamble to both schools. Common preamble. According to Cameron and Queen's competing values framework, which type of organizational culture is exhibited by a large manufacturing company or a government agency with well-defined rules, procedures, and a focus on maintaining consistency and stability? According to Cameron and Queen's competing values framework, which type of organizational culture is exhibited by a large manufacturing company or a government agency with well-defined rules, procedures, and a focus on maintaining consistency and stability?
Administrative culture.
No, I won't take that.
Procedural or formal culture.
No, that is not the name given. Bonus for Heritage Christian.
Systematic call.
That is not correct. It is hierarchy culture. Hierarchy culture. Now your major question, Heritage. According to the Cameron and Queen's competing values framework, which type of organizational culture is exhibited by a tech startup that fosters a close-knit team environment with open communication and employee engagement? According to Cameron and Queen's competing values framework, which type of organizational culture is exhibited by a tech startup that fosters a close-knit team environment with open communication and employee engagement?
Laissez-faire.
No, please. You have one other chance.
Team.
You've been
Team.
bailed out.
Okay.
No, that's not correct. Bonus for UCC.
Team-oriented culture.
No, that's what they said, and I said no. It's a clan culture. Clan. Now your major question, the University of Cape Coast. This is a common preamble to both of you. Now the Public Procurement Act provides for a number of procurement structures. You have to explain the purpose of the following procurement structures and the level at which it is established. Please, do we get a question? Explain the following public procurement structures and indicate the level at which it is established. University of Cape Coast, Tender Evaluation Panel. Tender Evaluation Panel.
So for the tender evaluation panel, after the tender entity has made the proposal, has made a tender, they are responsible for evaluating whether they follow the prescribed regulations and rules in the tender regulation or the procurement regulation. And the level at which they are established is after the tender document has been prepared by the procurement entity.
No, I won't take that. Bonus for Heritage Christian University College. Even bailed out. I'll explain later. Now, Heritage, yours is Tender Review Committee. Tender Review Committee.
tender review is when they go through the documents after the proposal to see if it meets the required qualifications. And the level is after the meeting has been.
No, I won't take that. Bonus for the University of Cape Coast.
So the tender review committee, so they are the committee in charge of assessing tenders that has been received. So upon the receipt of the tenders, after it has gone through the various processes, they ensure that it meets the required approach. Then the limits they've set or the requirements or the characteristics set for the desired project to be undertaken are met.
For a bonus, I won't take that. For a bonus, I won't take that. The tender evaluation panel, like I mentioned, is an expert group of people that are appointed by the entity to assist the entity tender committee in its work. For instance, if we want to procure an item, say a vehicle, and there are no experts in vehicles within the organization, the entity will constitute a panel made up of experts who know vehicles. They don't necessarily have to be staff of the organization. They can be experts from any place, and they put them together to assist the entity tender committee in the evaluation of the tenders that have been received. I hope that is clear. Now, tender review committee is a committee that is established at the central government level as well as the regional level to assist or to resolve issues that occur at the entity tender stage. So where people have issues with or tenderers or suppliers have issues at the entity level, they escalate it to the tender review committee. They also have thresholds where thresholds that exceed the limit that are given to entities, they refer to the tender review committee for that work. So that is why I cannot accept the answers that you gave. Last set of questions, common preamble for all schools. Kurtosis is a statistical measure that describes the shape of a distribution scales in relation to its overall shape. There are three main types. Now, University of Cape Coast and Heritage, UCC, explain the following type of kurtosis and indicate the range. Yours is leptokurtic. Leptokurtic, University of Cape Coast.
So for a leptokurtic kurtosis, it occurs when the distribution has a kurtosis of greater than 3. Its tailness is greater than what? 3. And the thickness of the tail is greater than what? 3.
So yeah, like thickness of the tail, or it measures the extent to which outliers occur. So if that extent to which outliers occur is greater than 3, then you say the thing is leptokurtic.
That's fine, I'll accept that. Heritage, yours is mesokurtic. Mesokurtic.
Mesokurtic is when the normal distribution or the thickness of the distribution falls below negative or positive 3.
Negative what?
Plus or minus 3.
No, I won't take that. Even bailed out. Bonus for the University of Cape Coast.
Okay, so mesokurtic is also measures the extent to which outliers occur. So it's measured when the distribution is equal to 3 or the thickness is equal to 3.
No, it's normally an excess of 0 or close to 0, essentially. Okay? Yes. So I'm not going to take your response. I hope that is clear. Yes, so on that note, we come to the end of round 1. The contest is between the University of Cape Coast and the Heritage Christian University College. A place at the quarterfinal stage is at stake. We have 2 schools who have qualified already. One of these 2 will qualify to join them as well. This is the Tertiary Business Science Challenge version 6.0, brought to us by Graphic Business in partnership with ICAG and GTech. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 1, the scores. At the end of round 1, Heritage Christian University College had 9 points. University of Cape Coast had 9 points. We are going into round 2, which will involve calculations. You are free to use your calculators at this stage. Each of you have the opportunity of answering 6 major questions. Now, for a major question, you have 30 seconds within which to give an answer. If it's a bonus, you have just 5 seconds. 3 points for a major question answered correctly. 1 point if it's a bonus question answered correctly. Please, we are beginning this round from the University of Cape Coast. UCC. Company P purchased 800 units of raw materials from Company Q at 30 cedis per unit. Upon inspection, 100 units were found to be inferior quality and can only be used after reprocessing, which incurs an additional cost of 5 cedis per unit. The market price of standard units is 30 cedis per unit. Calculate the price reduction that Company P can claim from Company Q. I take it again. Company P purchased 800 units of raw materials from Company Q at 30 cedis per unit. Upon inspection, 100 units were found to be of inferior quality and can only be used after reprocessing, which incurs an additional cost of 5 cedis per unit. The market price of standard unit is 30 cedis per unit. Calculate the price reduction that Company P can claim from Company Q.
Okay, so the price reduction that Company P can request from Company Q is, we have 500 cedis.
No, that is not correct. You have one other chance.
3,500.
That is correct. Heritage. Company X purchased 400 units of office furniture from Company Y at 200 cedis per unit. Upon inspection, 20 units were found to have manufacturing defects and need to be replaced at a cost of 50 cedis per unit. The market price of defect-free units is 200 cedis per unit. Calculate the price reduction that Company X can claim from Company Y. I take it again. Company X purchased 400 units of office furniture from Company Y at 200 cedis per unit. Upon inspection, 20 units were found to have manufacturing defects and need to be replaced at a cost of 50 cedis per unit. The market price of a defect-free unit is 200 cedis per unit. Calculate the price reduction that Company X can claim from Company Y.
5,000.
No, not 5,000. That is not correct. You have one other chance.
It is 4,000.
4,000 is not correct. University of Cape Coast, bonus.
2,000.
No, it is 3,000. It is 3,000. Now your major question, UCC. UCC, calculate the current price of a bond with a face value of 1,000 cedis, annual coupon rate of 8%, and remaining maturity of 5 years, given a required rate of return of 6%. Calculate the current price of a bond with a face value of 1,000 cedis, annual coupon rate of 8%, and remaining maturity of 5 years, given a required rate of return of 6%.
The price will be 1,084.25.
Yes, that is correct. And you, Heritage, calculate the price of a bond with a face value of 1,000 cedis, annual coupon rate of 6%, remaining maturity of 5 years, and a required rate of return of 8%. Calculate the price of a bond with a face value of 1,000 cedis, annual coupon rate of 6%, remaining maturity of 5 years, and a required rate of return of 8%. You've been bailed out. It will be, you've been bailed out. Bonus for UCC.
The answer is 920.1457993.
Yeah, that is correct. Now your major question, University of Cape Coast. University of Cape Coast. David Abel in Ghana earns a monthly salary of 10,000 cedis. Calculate the annual income tax liability, assuming the following tax rates. First, 3,828 is free. Next, 1,200 is 5%. Next, 1,440 is 10%. Next, 36,000 cedis is 17.5%. Exceeding 42,468 is 25%. I take it again. David Abel in Ghana earns a monthly salary of 10,000 cedis. Calculate the annual income tax liability, assuming the following tax rates. First, 3,828 is free. Next, 1,200 is 5%. Next, 1,440 is 10%. Next, 36,000 cedis is 17.5%. Exceeding 42,468 is 25%.
The tax is 809.6.
No, please, that is not correct.
We have 916.6.
What?
916.6.
That is also not correct. You've exhausted your chances. Bonus for Heritage Christian University College. You've also been bailed out. I'll explain where you fell short. Your major question, Heritage. Prosper Azuma earns a monthly salary of 6,000 cedis. Calculate his annual personal income tax liability, assuming the following Ghana tax band for 2023 tax year. First, 3,828 is free. Next, 1,200 is 5%. Next, 1,440 is 10%. Next, 36,000 is 17.5%. Exceeding 42,468 is 25%. I take it again. Prosper Azuma earns a monthly salary of 6,000 cedis. Calculate his annual personal income tax liability, assuming the following Ghana tax bands for 2023 tax year. First, 3,828 is free. Next, 1,200 is 5%. Next, 1,440 is 10%. Next, 36,000 is 17.5%. Exceeding 42,468 is 25%.
The answer would be 820.
That is-
822 points.
No, that is not correct. Bonus for the University of Cape Coast.
So 15,183.
No, it is 13,887. So I gave you monthly salary, and I asked you to calculate annual tax rates. So you multiply the monthly salary by 12 to get the annual salary, and you apply the tax rates. I hope that is clear. For our next set of questions, we begin from Heritage Christian University College. Heritage. The annual profit for graphic communication for the past 5 years are as follows: 1.2 million cedis, 1.25 million cedis, 1.3 million cedis, 1.35 million cedis, and 1.4 million cedis. Calculate the compound annual growth rate of the profits. The annual profit for graphic for the past 5 years are as follows: 1.2 million cedis, 1.25 million cedis, 1.3 million cedis, 1.35 million cedis, and 1.4 million cedis. Calculate the compound annual growth rate of the profits.
The compound annual growth rate is 4.17.
No.
%20.
No. Bonus for the University of Cape Coast.
The answer is 3.13%.
Yes. And now your major question, UCC. PwC's annual revenues for the past 4 years are as follows: 500,000 cedis, 550,000 cedis, 600,000 cedis, 650,000 cedis. Calculate the compound annual growth rate of the revenues. PwC's annual revenues for the past 4 years are as follows: 500,000, 550,000, 600,000, 650,000. Calculate the compound annual growth rate of the revenues.
So the answer is 6.78%.
Yes. Heritage. You are given the following information about an economy. The consumption function C equals 300 plus 0.6 YD. Disposable income YD equals Y minus T. Taxes T equals 0.2 Y. Investment I equals 400. Government spending G equals 500. Net export equals 150. Calculate the equilibrium level of income, the total consumption, and the total savings. I take it again. Given the following information about an economy, the consumption function C equals 300 plus 0.6 YD. Disposable income YD equals Y minus T. The taxes T equals 0.2 Y. Investment I equals 400. Government spending G equals 500. Net export equals 150. Calculate the equilibrium level of income, consumption, and savings. You have a belled out. Bonus for UCC.
With the Y, that's the equilibrium income. It is 229596.15. Then for the consumption, it is 1857.69. Savings less.
The savings is, we have the savings figure being 738.46.
No. That is not correct. You got the income, equilibrium income correct, but your consumption and savings are wrong. Now your major question, UCC. Given the following information about an economy, consumption function C equals 400 plus 0.6 YD. Disposable income YD equals Y minus T. Taxes T equals 0.2Y. 0.25Y. 0.25Y for taxes. Investment I equals 600. Government spending G equals 800. The net export is 200. Calculate the equilibrium level of income, consumption, and savings. I take it again. Given the following information about an economy, consumption function C equals 400 plus 0.6 YD. Disposable income equals Y minus T. T equals 0.25 Y. Investment equals 600. Government spending equals 800. Net export is 200. Calculate the equilibrium level of income, consumption, and savings.
Okay, so we have the equilibrium level of income being 3,636.36, and consumption being 6,181.82. And then we have savings being 2,727.27.
1 out of 3. Again, your equilibrium income is correct, but your consumption and savings are wrong. The savings is 2,036.36. The consumption is 2,036.36. The savings is 690.91. I'm wondering how your consumption was more than the equilibrium income. How is that possible? Our last set of questions for this round, ladies and gentlemen. Still beginning with Heritage Christian University College. Now, Glycolife purchases office furniture for 200,000 cedis. Calculate the depreciation expense for the first year using the modified accelerated cost recovery system, assuming the furniture is a 7-year property. Glycolife purchases office furniture for 200,000 cedis. Calculate the depreciation expense for the first year using the modified accelerated cost recovery system, assuming the furniture is a 7-year property.
Um, 28,571.
That is correct. Oh, wow. Now, University of Cape Coast. Now, CompuGhana purchases machinery for 300,000 cedis. Calculate the depreciation expense for the second year using the modified accelerated cost recovery system, assuming a 5-year property. CompuGhana purchases machinery for 300,000 cedis. Calculate the depreciation expense for the second year using the modified accelerated cost recovery system method, assuming the machinery is a 5-year property. What?
48,000.
No.
Okay, so we have yeah. So we have the depreciation using the modified accelerated system being 24,000.
No, that is not correct. Bonus for Heritage.
75,000.
No, it is 96,000. 96,000 is what I was expecting. On that note, we come to the end of round 2. The contest is between the 2-time national champion University of Cape Coast and Heritage Christian University College, who are making their second-time appearance on this stage. A place at the quarterfinal stage is at stake. One of the two schools will join Central University and Accra Technical University in that round. Yes. Do we have our scores for round 2, ladies and gentlemen? At the end of round 2, Heritage Christian University College had 3 points. University of Cape Coast had 12 points. All right. So we are going into round 3, which is the business case of the day. Now, in this round, the two of you have been presented with a common problem. You are supposed to work as a team and come up with one solution, which will be compared with what we have and marks awarded out of 10. You have 10 minutes within which to work out your solution for 10 marks. Please, you may pick up your problem. Together. Are you ready? Okay. So the data below relates to Ghana Limited, and they are in respect of the production of its laptop computers for the first quarter ended at 1st March 2024. Budgeted output, 5,000 units. Standard hours to produce 1 unit is 2. Budgeted fixed production overhead, 25,000 cedis. Actual fixed production overhead incurred, 25,840. Actual hours worked, 10,500. Actual units produced, 4,980. You are required to determine the following. 1. Fixed overhead expenditure variance. Fixed overhead capacity variance. Fixed overhead efficiency variance. Fixed overhead volume variance, and a fixed production overhead variance. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our problem of the day. You have 10 minutes within which to come up with your solution for 10 marks. You may start work now.
motema unu para kile unu badu dua unu wailuain songi bandikoe likambo na motema ngai na motema unu para kileba chulilo dudua ona makambo Monongeleten tewaten nasimakot iyoten onina wanika mompuli mwa mutanenoten wukunaben bebenowaten dutunyimba mulematen ebukimba maboten ilena boy mona wabongo jitown Amunja mit inyandolo weapon ba meseten mona menwe kata midongoten bukato be no waten now mende kata wiaten na sivinje na imente no vola ruku unyolangoye Ilbo sambo we pombo wana dalowina Makianale Ilkinde walote kinde kimila boku mama Polingwa mama na mwana Utakota te Butuna mo imamele na kopundao Mobotia zami sisae mwana ngefololo nyuso sala ponangao mamilina bungang makianade ina masuma pona bombe na dalowina Naknde kunto sengato malia mama my words now is out no more you will lie we'll so wanna upa oh my makianade in bosambo boni sisi ana dalowina binyolo mande Singa malia mukanda wo bakaka balimba na tena subu nimele soman matila kutuna dibe munyenge makianade makianade
like leggy to jamun japmo bang fogne damon fate yalla say jëf jamun rek la du ciagem damon baye ngir lañu defoon manu ko sul nañu melo lañu si xon manu ko sul fañu jaaro lañu dundu on jamais.
In fact, please stop work. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, business case of the day. The two schools were given a common problem on variance, specifically related to fixed overheads. Variance. It's not a very popular area in terms of the whole variance analysis. Now, they were supposed to compute about 5 different fixed overhead variances, each for 2 marks. So let's look at what we were expecting them to do. Now, fixed overhead expenditure variance essentially is a budgeted fixed overhead minus the actual fixed overhead, and that should give you 840 adverse. If you're able to do that, you have 2 points. The next one is a fixed overhead capacity variance. Essentially, that is computed as the actual hours worked times the fixed overhead absorption rates minus the budgeted fixed overhead. The fixed overhead absorption rate is computed by dividing the total the total fixed overhead, the budgeted fixed production overhead by the number of hours worked. That is the 10,000 hours. Okay, once you do that, you have 2.5. You multiply that by the 10,500 hours worked, and the variance becomes 1,250 favorable. The third one is the fixed overhead efficiency variance, which is computed by multiplying the standard hours by the fixed overhead absorption rate, and then you subtract the actual overhead variance, which is the 10,500 hours times the overhead absorption rate, and that should give you 1,350 adverse. The fourth one is the fixed overhead volume variance, which is essentially the capacity variance plus the efficiency variance. That should give you 100 cedis adverse. The last one is the fixed production overhead variance. That can be computed by adding the fixed overhead efficiency variance to the fixed overhead volume variance, and that should also give us 940 adverse. Any of these is 2 points, and that should give you 10 out of 10. Let's look at what they did. Heritage. Why are you happy? Fixed overhead expenditure variance. Yes, actual fixed overhead minus budgeted overhead, 840 adverse. That is correct. The rest, I don't know. I'm not sure where the figures were coming from. Therefore, they get 2 out of 10. University of Cape Coast, they also started well. Fixed overhead expenditure variance, 840 adverse, that is correct. Now for the rest, I don't know why they mixed them up. Yes, so efficiency variance or capacity variance was exchanged with efficiency variance. Volume variance also exchanged at, I don't know. For fixed overhead capacity variance, they had 100 adverse, that is not correct. Efficiency variance, they had 1,250, that is not correct. Volume variance, they had 1,350, that is also not correct. Production overhead variance, 840. That is not correct. So they also get 2 out of 10. We are going into round 4, but before the University of Cape Coast want to effect a substitution. Heritage also? Yes. All right. So, gentlemen and lady, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself, Heritage.
I'm Comfort Victoria Ashley, offering accounting and finance, level 300.
Okay. And who do we have from UCC?
Dennis Wisdomanson, level 400, Bachelor of Commerce Finance.
You are welcome. We are going into round 4, the graphic business segment. Now, in this round, we are asking them questions from stories that appeared in the graphic business newspaper, your most authoritative newspaper in business. For the purpose of this contest, we are asking them questions on stories that appeared in the 13th, 20th, and 27th editions of the newspaper. Each of you have the opportunity of answering 6 major questions. For a major question, you have 3 points if you get it correct in 10 seconds. For a bonus question, 1 point to be answered in 5 seconds. Please, are you ready? 2 attempts only at a major, 1 attempt at a bonus. This round will begin from Heritage Christian University College. Heritage. Common preamble to the 2 of you. Now, Dr. Eric Tete Ayiti was appointed as medical professional by the International Olympic Committee and the French local organizing committee. He shared with the graphic business how his Olympic experience has been transformative and a career-defining moment. He offered 7 key lessons from his journey that resonate beyond the sports arena. You have to state and explain briefly 3 of these 7 key lessons that he stated each. State and explain 3 key lessons shared by Dr. Eric Tete Ayete on his journey at the Paris Olympic Games, beginning with heritage.
All right, the first one is collaboration is key. That is joining heads together to make sure a common goal is accomplished. It's very important. The second one has to do with precision. Precision has to do with trying to carry out your job tasks accurately, because the least mistake you make can cause a lot. And the last one is not to sacrifice your integrity for anything. Therefore, it means that being on top of your duty genuinely as you are proposed to carry out is very essential.
Yes, correct. University of Cape Coast.
So the first one is resilience is universal. So here he had a preview, or he was exposed to how athletes were pursuing and fighting through their pain to excel in their sports. Then we also have bold execution. So he saw that the athletes in performing their attacks or in undertaking their courses, they were able to perform well. They were bold and did what they were supposed to do. Then integrity is non-negotiable. So he was part of the anti-doping team, and he had the exposure that integrity is non-negotiable in order to ensure the integrity of the Olympics.
Integrity was mentioned by heritage.
Collaboration is key.
Collaboration was also mentioned.
Then we have precision is power.
It was also mentioned.
Resilience is universal. Bold execution is another one. So then integrity.
All right. Can we make progress? 2 out of 3. So multilingual skill, a game changer is there. Investment in expertise yields results, etc., etc. Next set of questions, still with heritage. Heritage, which 2 institutions have entered into a strategic collaboration agreement that will help Ghanaians to purchase a wide range of affordable items, including groceries, electronics, clothing, and accessories? Which 2 institutions have entered into a strategic collaboration agreement that will enable Ghanaians to purchase a wide range of affordable items, including groceries, electronics, clothing, and accessories?
It's Tospino Mall and Ghana China Business Chamber.
Yes, correct. University of Cape Coast, which 2 ministries were part of the event to inaugurate the new secretariat of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry? Which 2 ministries were part of the event to inaugurate the new secretariat of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry?
We have the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Ministry of Trade and Industry.
I'll give you 2 out of 3. So, Ministry of Trade and Industry and the Ministry for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. There's nothing like finance, there's no food and agric also. Next set of questions, common preamble to both schools. The 2024 Media Budget Review, presented by Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, MP, Minister for Finance, highlights the Ghanaian government dedication to fiscal consolidation, economic growth, and social protection. Among the various sectors addressed, the review places significant emphasis on education, particularly tertiary education. Now, both private and public universities, as well as other educational service providers and stakeholders, stand to benefit immensely from the outlined initiatives. Now, Prof. Latte, in his article, explores how the budget review could impact these institutions. You are to examine 2 impacts of the budget review under the following subheadings. Please, do we get a question? Examine 2 impacts of the budget review under the following subheadings. Heritage, yours is increased funding and investment in education. Increased funding and investment in education.
Okay, so we have infrastructure and scholarship programs. So infrastructure, when budget is actually allocated to infrastructure development, is actually going to improve the buildings and other equipment that they need in the schools to help their studies. And then scholarship programs is actually going to support needy but brilliant students who need to complete their school or have formal education.
Yes. University of Cape Coast, yours is digital transformation and innovation.
Okay,
Digital transformation and innovation.
So they made mention of the integration of the national skills training infrastructure, and the second one happens to be the national or the implementation of the national skills training program.
What was the first one that you said?
Integration of the national digital skills training infrastructure.
Okay.
And the second one is the national skills training digital skills program.
Okay, so the National Digital Skills Development Program, integration with national digital infrastructure, I'll accept that. That is correct. Next set of questions, also a common preamble, but this time beginning with the University of Cape Coast. Common problem. Now, in this era of global crisis and social inequality, there has never been a greater need for impactful and innovative solutions. As the world's focus moves to sustainable development and social equality, entrepreneurs' roles in pushing social change grow more important. Dr. Andrews Ayiku explores how an MBA program in impact entrepreneurship and innovation may prepare students to lead social change. You have to examine 2 of the reasons he provides to advocate for such a program each. Examine 2 of the reasons that Dr. Andrews Ayiku provides to advocate for an MBA program in impact entrepreneurship and innovation.
Okay, the MBA program in impact, innovation, and entrepreneurship provides experiential learning, which means it provides them with practical skills that they can apply to real-world problems. Also, it provides access to finance and tools that will help small entrepreneurs to develop and scale.
Yes, correct. Heritage.
Okay, so the MBA program is actually a comprehensive, it has a comprehensive syllabus that is actually going to help entrepreneurs to develop conceptual skills and then their fiscal skills to help them in their operations. And 2, it is also going to give them collaborative experience, giving them the opportunity to meet industry experts to help them in anything that they wish to do.
Yes, that is correct. Mentorship and networking. Next set of questions, still with UCC, but common preamble. You are to identify any 3 individuals who won special awards at the 3rd Non-Bank Financial Institutions Awards for their contributions to the non-bank financial sector. Identify any 3 individuals who won special awards at the 3rd Non-Bank Financial Institutions Award for their contributions to the non-bank financial sector, beginning with UCC.
We have Mr. Chinebua Kudria Boache, and then we also have James Kwesi Addison, and then Johnson Wotu.
That is correct.
Okay, so we also have Mr. Samuel Oforisapon, and
you've exhausted your chance. Yes. So Samuel Forisapon is not correct. No, there cannot be a bonus here. You had your chance already. You wanted to answer again. What answer will you have given?
Yeah, Sapon, Edmond Benjamin Adi, and a few others.
Yeah, but of course there cannot be a bonus. So we'll go for our last set of questions and then we'll finish this round. All right. Maybe we go for a very quick commercial break. We'll be right back. A very quick commercial break. Yeah.
Become more. The very essence of leadership is to become more. At ICAG, we stand for leadership and we are inspired to offer more. Leadership stands up to be answerable. We use our national and international conferences to tell our story and hold ourselves to high global benchmarks. Leadership is where brilliance is rewarded. We reward brilliance with scholarships for postgraduate students. Leadership thrives on fresh ideas. Our tertiary business sense challenge makes you see business from a different perspective. Leadership is not about today. We keep an eye on tomorrow by providing internships in high-rank institutions to inspire the next generation of business leaders. Leadership is acquiring ASWA, CA professional, post-chartered diploma from ICAG. ICAG, well. A great source of power, adding to your options, knowing that quality and standard remains intact and our content, which is accepted as truth and accuracy every day, is accessible on the go. Access your favorite daily graphic and our weeklies The Mirror, Graphic Business, Graphic Showbiz, Junior Graphic, and Graphic Sports on Graphic News Plus app. It's the digital replicas of our work. Download Graphic News Plus app on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and available on www.graphicnewsplus.com as you remain abreast of and keep pace with on-the-minute news updates on the go. Home sweet home. Welcome family and friends. Choose the bundle that best works for you from as low as 10 Ghana cedis weekly for unlimited access to all publications. Graphic, truth and accuracy every day. Information is a great source of power. Adding to your options, knowing that quality and standard remains intact, and our content, which is...
Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome back from the commercial break. This is still the contest between the University of Cape Coast and the Heritage Christian University College. A place at the quarterfinal stage is at stake. We are still on round 4A. The last set of questions for this round, ladies and gentlemen, beginning with the University of Cape Coast, common preamble to the two of you. The Executive Director for African Subsidiaries at Access Bank PLC has described the strong demand for early 2024 sovereign bond issuance as a key indicator of global investor confidence, despite persistent challenges facing the continent's financial markets. How much was raised by the following countries in bond issuance this year? How much was raised by the following African countries in bond issuance this year? University of Cape Coast. Yours is Benin. Benin.
Okay, Benin raised 1.5 billion Ghana cedis. So $1.5 billion in bond issuance.
No, you have one.
Okay, but Benin raised $750 million, which fell just under 9% of yield.
Yes. Heritage, Côte d'Ivoire. Côte d'Ivoire.
They raised 884.32 million US dollars.
No.
682.
That is also not correct. You've exhausted your two chances. Bonus for UCC.
Okay, Cote d'Ivoire raised $2.6 billion, which were oversubscribed by more than 3 times, soaring up to $8 billion.
2.6 billion in bonds is correct, and that is the end of round 4A. Ladies and gentlemen, a place at the quarterfinal is at stake. This is the third round of 16 contest. The first was won by Central University, the second by the Accra Technical University. Who wins this third one? We are reminded that the program is brought to us by Graphic Business in partnership with the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission and the University and the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana. Yes, the two competing schools are University of Cape Coast and the Heritage Christian University College. Our media partners are TV3 Daily Graphic and Graphic Online. Our sponsors are MTN Compu Ghana, PwC Glyco Life, the Ghana National Association of Teachers, and Gwel Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, we wait for the scores for round 4A. The next contest will be between the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and Pentecost University. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 4A, Heritage Christian University College had 12 points, University of Cape Coast had 17 points. We are going into round 4B. That is a true or false segment. Now in this round, I'm going to read out some statement to you. Your duty is to tell me if the statement is true or false. If you get it correct, you have 2 points. If you get it wrong, you suffer a penalty of -1. You can decide not to answer, in which case the other school can take it up under the same conditions. You have 10 seconds within which to give an answer. Each of you have the opportunity of answering 6 major questions. Please, are we ready? UCC, are you ready? Heritage, are you ready? We begin this round from the University of Cape Coast. UCC. In conflict resolution, the avoidance strategy is considered a proactive approach that effectively addresses underlying issues by not confronting them directly. True or false? In conflict resolution, the avoidance strategy is considered a proactive approach that effectively addresses underlying issues by not confronting them directly. True or false?
False.
Yes. Heritage. Mediation in conflict resolution involves a third party facilitating negotiations and helping parties find mutually acceptable solutions without making binding decisions. True or false? Mediation in conflict resolution involves a third party facilitating negotiations and helping parties find mutually acceptable solutions without making binding decisions. True or false?
False.
No. University of Cape Coast. University of Cape Coast. Job analysis is a process of identifying the knowledge, skills, and abilities required for a particular job. True or false? Job analysis is a process of identifying the knowledge, skills, and abilities required for a particular job. True or false?
False.
No. Heritage. Job specifications outline the qualification and requirements necessary for a particular job. True or false? Job specifications outline the qualifications and requirements necessary for a particular job. True or false?
True.
Yes. University of Cape Coast. Purchasing power parity states that in the long run, exchange rates will adjust to equalize the price of identical goods and services in different countries. True or false? Purchasing power parity states that in the long run, exchange rates will adjust to equalize the price of identical goods and services in different countries. True or false?
True.
Yes. Heritage. Interest rate parity holds that the difference in interest rates between two countries is equal to the expected change in exchange rates between those countries. True or false? Interest rate parity states that or holds that the difference in interest rates between two countries is equal to the expected change in exchange rates between those countries. True or false?
True.
I heard true, and the true is correct. Your major question, heritage. We are starting the next set from you. Price scheming. Price scheming is a strategy where a company sets a high initial price for a new product to maximize profit from early adopters before lowering the price to attract more customers. True or false? Price scheming is a strategy where a company sets at a high initial price for a new product to maximize profit from early adopters before lowering the price to attract more customers. True or false?
True statement.
Yes, true statement. University of Cape Coast. Psychological pricing involves certain prices that appear more attractive to consumers, such as 9.99 instead of 10 cedis, to influence purchase decisions. True or false? Psychological pricing involves certain prices that appear more attractive to consumers, such as 9.99 cedi instead of 10 cedi, to influence purchase decisions. True or false?
True.
Yes, true. Heritage. Protocol Commission is classified under compensation of employees in accordance with the GIFMIS chart of accounts. True or false? Protocol Commission is classified under compensation of employees in accordance with GIFMIS chart of accounts in public sector accounting. True or false? You've been bailed out. UCC, you want to take the bonus?
False.
No. Now your major question, UCC. Funeral grant is not classified under compensation of employees in accordance with the GIFMIS chart of account in public sector accounting. True or false? Funeral grant is not classified under compensation of employees in accordance with the GIFMIS chart of accounts. True or false?
True.
Yes. Heritage. Last set of questions for this round, ladies and gentlemen. The last payers index is biased towards overstating changes in the cost of living. True or false? The last payers index is biased towards overstating changes in the cost of living. True or false?
True statement. True.
Yes, true. And now the last one for this round. A Pache index tends to understate the true change in cost of living. True or false? A Pache or Pache index tends to understate the true change in the cost of living. True or false?
True. True.
Are you sure? Of course, he's sure, and that is correct. On that note, we come to the end of round 4B, ladies and gentlemen. The winner will progress to the quarterfinal stage. It is still the Tertiary Business Science Challenge, and the contest is between the University of Cape Coast and the Heritage Christian University College. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one more round to go. That is the radial segment. Before then, University of Cape Coast, how do you assess your performance so far?
It could have been better, but work in progress. Yeah, we'll do better.
Heritage, how do you assess your performance?
Yes, not as expected, but it's not too bad. We are grateful.
Okay, definitely. Not that they expected, but of course it's not too bad as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the scores for round 4B. Okay, so let's go to the final and last round, the radio segment. In this round, I'm going to read out a set of clues to both schools. There'll be 5 in all. Each riddle is made up of 5 clues. If you get the answer correct on the first clue, you have 5 points. If you get it correct on the second clue, 4 points. Answering correctly on any other clue is 3 points. You are supposed to indicate your readiness by ringing your bell. Let me hear the bell from the University of Cape Coast. And that of Heritage. Sharp. Ladies and gentlemen, now when you ring your bell, you have a maximum of 10 seconds within which to give me an answer. If you get it wrong, you can no longer partake in that riddle. And where there are further clues, I'll read them to the hearing of the other school. Please, are we okay? Are we okay, UCC? Riddle number 1. I am a part of the general structure of a fund in fund accounting and the public sector. I am typically distinguished from my opposite side which often contains non-operational or one-time transactions in nature. I can be divided into three parts: revenue, expenditure, and the general revenue balance. The main financial statement that may be prepared is a statement of financial performance. I tend to focus on revenue and explain the gains and expenses resulting from the normal operations of the fund. My entries are vital to the fund because they determine the overall financial performance of the fund. In fund accounting, I refer to certain categories of revenues and expenses that are considered primary or core to the operating activities of the fund. Who am I? University of Cape Coast.
Commitment accounting.
No, that is not correct. Heritage, are you answering? Okay, above the line items. Above the line. Reader number 2. I am a market participant in economics. I may be an individual or a company. 2. I am greatly influenced by the nature of an industry or market in dictating whether a firm or an individual belongs to my category. 3. In fact, in a perfectly competitive market, all economic participants are considered to be of my type. 4. One of my most evident examples is an individual shopping for an airplane ticket. 5. I must accept prevailing prices. University of Cape Coast.
Price takers.
Yes, price taker is correct. They answered on the last clue, and that is 3 points. 3 points. Riddle number 3. I am a type of production cost in cost and managerial accounting. I am used in cost accounting to derive the value of ending inventory, which is then reported in the balance sheet. I can also be used to determine the incremental cost of creating a product, which could be useful for price setting purposes. 4. I am similar to prime cost, except that the latter consists of costs related to direct labor and direct materials. 5. I am calculated by simply adding up all direct labor costs and manufacturing overhead costs. University of Cape Coast.
Conversion cost.
Yes, that is correct. Riddle number 4. Riddle number 4. I am one of the 3 modern economic systems. 2. Theoretically, I was developed by classical economists such as Adam Smith, David Ricardo, and Jean-Baptiste Say. 3. My major characteristics is the existence of factor markets that play a dominant role in the allocation of capital and the factors of production. 4. I am not controlled by a central authority. I am instead based on voluntary exchange. 5. I am an economic system in which the decisions regarding investment, production, and distribution to the consumers are guided by the price signals created by the forces of supply and demand. University of Cape Coast.
Free market system.
Yes, the market system or market economy is correct. The last riddle for this contest, ladies and gentlemen. I am a concept in business communication and information management, first created in the 1960s. These early forms of me were network models where each record is related to many primary and secondary records, with a hierarchical form among my earlier models. 2. I can be organized in many different ways and thus take many forms. The most popular form of me today is relational. I may be digital or physical. University of Cape Coast.
Database system.
Yes, that is correct. They answered that on the second clue, and that is 4 points. 4 points. So, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we come to the end of the contest. Please show some love to the contestants. The contest has been an interesting one between Heritage Christian University College and the University of Cape Coast. A place at the quarterfinal has been at stake. One of these two schools, the winner, will make it automatically to that round or to that stage of the competition. Our next contest is going to feature the winner of the middle zone, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and the fourth place school in the Southeast Zone, the Pentecost University. Ladies and gentlemen, the final scores for round 5. The scores for round 5 first. In the round 5, the University of Cape Coast had 13 points by scoring 4 out of the 5 riddles. That is quite impressive. Heritage Christian University College did not get any point in this round. We wait for the final scores, ladies and gentlemen. But before the final scores, Heritage, your overall impression of the contest?
Yes, the impression was that we actually knew that our contestants are stronger, but we are here to, outwit them. But unfortunately, it didn't go so. But we are grateful how far God has brought us. We are hoping to qualify and make amends. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Heritage Christian University College. The University of Cape Coast, how do you assess the contest that we just had?
The performance we've shown here today is below our standard, but we are still work in progress. We would want to commend our colleagues for a very competitive contest as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final scores. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the third round of 16 contest between the University of Cape Coast and the Heritage Christian University College, we have a winner. Heritage Christian University College had 33 points. The University of Cape Coast had 61 points. Heritage Christian University College, like you said, you did your best, but on the day, the University of Cape Coast were better. Thank you very much for coming. We hope that this high score will be enough to qualify you as one of the best losing schools. But even if it doesn't, I'm sure your school will be proud of you. Thank you very much for being part of this year's Tertiary Business Science Challenge. Congratulations to the University of Cape Coast. So, ladies and gentlemen, by this score, the University of Cape Coast has qualified to the quarterfinal stage. And indeed, they are on track. They are the only school, ladies and gentlemen, to have qualified to all 5 finals of the Tertiary Business Science Challenge from 2019. And they are on course to do that by this score. So congratulations. I'll see you at the quarterfinal stage. So ladies and gentlemen, the third contest for the day has just ended with the University of Cape Coast winning. They have won to join the Central University and the Accra Technical University at the quarterfinal stage. The next contest is going to feature the Pentecost University and the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. It's been a pleasure having all of you here. On behalf of our sponsors, on behalf of the organizers, Graphic Business, ICAG, and GTech, sponsors, MTN, PwC, Goal Ghana, GlycoLife, NAT, as well as Goal Ghana, media partners, TV3, Daily Graphic, Graphic Online. On behalf of my technical team, David Abel, Prosper Zuma, and SJC, Hussein Zachary, Jacob Doku, Francis, Yvonne Ayi, Norris Asari, Felix, Franklin Aka, Harrison, and everybody who was part of this. Of course, my reporters from Daily Graphic and Graphic Business. It's been a pleasure being your host this afternoon. Until we meet again next time, thank you so much, my studio audience. Thank you so much, my online audience, for being part of this contest. My name once again is Al Hassan Yusuf Travelé. And of course, you know what? I love academic violence. I'll see you in the next episode of the Academic Violence. Bye-bye.
But I want to warn you about that. There is nothing as deadly as a wounded lion. You've won this time, but when we meet you again, I promise you, you'll regret.
I will tell each and every school that is taking part of the national that they should get well prepared and prepared, because UEW, we are well prepared and we are ready to defend our champion.
No challenger. No challenger.
But I want to warn you about that. There is nothing as deadly as a wounded lion. You've won this time, but when we meet you again, I promise you, you'll regret.